Friday night, and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGIF.
If you grew up in the 1990s, Friday nights weren't exactly about going out. They were more about staying in. Pizza on the coffee table, remote control welded to your hand, or maybe if you were unlucky, welded to your parents' hand. ABC telling you, hey kid, the weekend starts here. But even in that warm hug of family laughs and life lessons, sometimes things got weird. Because between all of the wholesome hugs and very special episodes, entire characters would just disappear. One week, a character's cracking jokes and hanging out with the lead characters. The next week, they're gone. Erased from existence like they crossed a witch or a genie or maybe even Steve Urkel's experimental time machine. This wasn't just a one-off thing either. This mysterious phenomenon even has a name: the Chuck Cunningham syndrome, after Richie's older brother from Happy Days, who went upstairs one episode and never came back down. It's kinda like TV's version of the Bermuda Triangle, and nobody was safe. Landlords, best friends, bosses, even siblings. Sometimes even the kids in the main family would just up and disappear. In the world of TGIF, you could be a memorable side character on Friday and then an unsolved mystery by Monday. So grab yourself that slice of pizza, settle into that floral couch, and let's remember 6 TGIF characters who vanished without an explanation. Number 6. Twinkie and Edwina from Perfect Strangers.
Thank you for all you did. I know there's a side of Donald that you never see, and I hadn't seen it in a long time either, but last night made me realize the Donald I fell in love with is still there.
Quick disclaimer, technically, this disappearance didn't happen during the show's official TGIF run. But stay a while and listen, this is a pretty good example of a TGIF disappearance. Perfect Strangers was the cornerstone of TGIF. Without Larry and Balky, there is no lineup. So it's only fair we give these two the curtain call that they never got. Perfect Strangers starts like a sitcom fairy tale. Larry Appleton, a buttoned-up Midwestern guy finally living on his own in Chicago, opens up his door to find Balky Bartakamos, a distant cousin from the island of Mypos whose only guide to America is pop culture and blind optimism. Cue 8 seasons of fish-out-of-water hijinks, heartfelt cousin bonding, and at least 3 life lessons per episode. In the beginning, Larry and Balky's lives orbit a very specific son, which is their boss/landlord, Donald Twinkie Twinkasetti. Played by Ernie Sabella, the future voice of Pumbaa, Twinkie is a penny-pinching tyrant with the soul of a parking meter. This man measures kindness by the inch and rents by the second. His wife, Edwina, played by Belita Moreno, is the long-suffering conscience who catches him forgetting about their anniversary. Again, for the 16th time. When Twinkie gets booted from the house, Larry wants to walk away, but Balky's heart and guilt win him over. The cousins help him crawl back into Edwina's good graces. Because even villains need a couch to crash on every now and then. Then comes the season 2 finale titled Up on a Roof. The cousins head to the roof for a photography contest. Twinkie intrudes. The ladder goes down, and the skies open up. Larry eventually wins 10th place for a picture of, you guessed it, Twinkie. Roll credits on the Twinkasettis. When season 3 dawns, Larry and Balky have new jobs and a new apartment. Twinkie is no longer their landlord or their boss, which tracks. But sitcoms love a good callback. A stray appearance here, maybe a holiday episode there. Instead, the fans got total silence. The Twinkasettis just vanish like a rent check in a strong breeze. And fun twist here, Belita Moreno comes back as Lydia, a newspaper columnist, and plays that character for 5 seasons. Same exact actor, totally different life. Look, in the TGIF universe, reincarnation is apparently a contract clause. Number 5. Ivy and Penny Baker from Step by Step.
Heavy traffic?
Hi, Sis. Hi, Mom.
Oh, honey, you look great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
How was Jamaica, honey?
Well, it was, Jamaica.
Sometimes it makes sense when a character vanishes. Like if you switch apartments, your landlord doesn't follow you to the new place like a ghost with a clipboard. But when family disappears, that's when the laugh track goes quiet. In 1991, ABC introduced us to Frank Lambert, a divorced contractor with 3 kids, and Carol Foster, a widowed beautician with 3 kids of her own. They get married in a hurry, swear they'll break the news gently, and then Frank spills the beans at a backyard barbecue like a sitcom confetti cannon. And from there, the Lamberts and Fosters make a go of it. 7 seasons in all, the last season being over on CBS. In season 1, Carol's world is a lot bigger than just her new blended family. We meet Ivy, her mother, played by Peggy Ray, and Penny, her sister, played by Patrika Darbo. They both work with Carol at the hair salon attached to the Lambert home, giving the show an extra flavor of day-to-day warmth. Penny is loud, lovable, and steals B stories like a coupon queen. House sitting when the rest of the crew goes camping, finally finding a boyfriend, getting involved in the family's minor disasters. Ivy, meanwhile, provides steady ground. The grandma vibe who arrives with a casserole and leaves with everybody's dignity intact. And these women's last hurrah? That would be an episode titled Beauty Contest, the season 1 finale. Carol and her daughter Karen enter a mother-daughter pageant, while Ivy and Penny hit the stage for a baton routine that's best described as gravity curious. It's very goofy, it's totally charming, and it's unbeknowingly the final curtain. Season 2 premieres and bam, the salon is gone. Penny's gone. Ivy's gone. The set has evaporated like hairspray in a wind tunnel. They do pop up in a flashback somewhere, but somehow it makes it even weirder. The show admits that they existed, then shrugs and moves on. Removing a boss can be pretty clean and simple. Removing a main character's mother and sister with no on-screen goodbye? That's just cold. Even by 90s TV standards, that's like the sitcom equivalent of changing the wallpaper and claiming the old room never existed. Number 4. Nebula from Boy Meets World.
Stupid and superficial.
Hi, I'm Topanga's sister.
Hi, I'm stupid and superficial.
Corey called and said Topanga wasn't feeling well. Wanted to come home?
Sisters disappearing isn't just a step-by-step thing. Boy Meets World tried it also and then cranked it to 11. If you grew up with TGIF, you grew up with Corey Matthews, along with his best friend Sean and the saga of Corey and Topanga, a relationship people still debate today like it's a constitutional amendment. In season 1, we get this kind of blink and you'll miss her introduction to Topanga's older sister, Nebula. This happens in an episode titled She Loves Me, She Loves Me Not. Corey thinks Topanga likes him, but her crush is actually on Eric, Corey's older brother. She offers to bring over a VHS, Godzilla Goes to College because titles used to be allowed to be insane, and when Topanga admits that she thinks Eric is cute, he gives her a genuinely sweet speech about how real relationships are about more than looks. Eric opens the door mid-morality tale, and there stands Nebula, blinding the room. Eric extends his hand and introduces himself as stupid and superficial. Comedy achieved. And then nothing. She's never seen again. Not even a mention. Later seasons even confidently declare Topanga as an only child, like the show had a continuity scrub in the middle of the night. The actress who played Nebula, Christy Clark, even returned for a later episode. Not as Nebula, of course, but as an ice skater who goes on a date with Eric. Which is either convenient casting or maybe some sort of secret Boy Meets World multiverse. Either way, Nebula became TV vapor. One scene to eternity. Number 3. Robin Dumars from Hangin' with Mr. Cooper.
I wonder where I've been.
It's not always siblings that get caught in the TGIF rapture. Sometimes it's your roommate and childhood best friend. Hangin' with Mr. Cooper premiered in 1992 with Mark Curry as Mark Cooper, a former NBA player working as a substitute teacher and part-time human tornado. In the early days, he shares a place in Oakland with two women. Robin, played by Dawn Lewis, who's his childhood friend, and Vanessa, played by Holly Robinson Pete, the roommate he's obviously destined to flirt with until the sun burns out. The show's considered a sister series to Full House. Even Michelle Tanner pops in. And from 93 to 96, it's a TGIF staple. However, by the time most TGIF viewers tuned in regularly, the living room looked a bit different. Robin was gone. Taking her place was Mark's cousin Geneva, played by Sandra Quarterman, and her daughter Nicole, played by the now famous Raven-Symoné. This shift was intentional. When the show fully moved into TGIF territory, producers wanted a more family-friendly dynamic. And that meant bringing in Geneva and Nicole, and writing Robin out. On screen, Mark just says that she moved out. Off screen, it felt like the show decided kid energy beat out roommate shenanigans, and Robin paid the price. Even the theme song marked this change. Season 1 opened with Hangin' With My Man, performed by Dawn Lewis, Holly Robinson Pete, and En Vogue. Yeah, that En Vogue. When Season 2 rolled around, the credits swapped to Soul Man by Howard Hewitt. A great song, but suddenly Robin was gone from the apartment, gone from the opening music, and gone from the show's DNA. It's the kind of clean cut that only a network time slot can make. And of course, for fans who were in love with the original chemistry, it just stung. Robin didn't get an arc, a farewell, or a final hug. Just the vague "she moved" and a different version of the show next Friday. Number 2. Jenny Kelly from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I mean, someone who others follow.
Like Libby, the Lord High Empress of Westbridge?
I thought she was sophomore class president.
Libby would never show her face here.
Maybe we could fake it. My dad says that Russia's on their third Boris Yeltsin.
Oh, come on, you can't fake a person.
On her 16th birthday, Sabrina Spellman learns that she's a witch. And so begins one of TGIF's crown jewels, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. For 4 seasons on ABC and 3 more seasons on the WB, we follow Sabrina, her 600-year-old aunts Hilda and Zelda, and Salem, a snark machine trapped in a cat's body. This all makes for a rather perfect blend of alt-90s and magic mischief, with just enough danger to keep you out of the other realm. In Season 1 of the show, Sabrina's non-magical anchor is her best friend Jenny Kelly, a quirky and rebellious character who's always 2 questions away from discovering Sabrina's secret. She never quite gets there, even in the episode titled Jenny's Non-Dream, where an accidental stumble into the other realm gets her transformed into a grasshopper. Sabrina, of course, turns her friend back and then convinces Jenny that it was all a dream. Ah, classic best friend gaslighting, but with sparkles. Then the Season 1 finale rolls, and that's it. Michelle Baudouin, who played Jenny, just doesn't return. In the Season 2 premiere, Sabrina meets Valerie, who becomes the new best friend, and Jenny is never seen or mentioned again. No goodbye, no transfer to a different school, not even a her parents moved. In the show's universe, she simply ceases to exist. Behind the scenes, there were actually some real-world moves that caused this. Reported cast conflicts and writer changes that affected character rights. But on Friday nights, none of that mattered. What viewers saw was Sabrina's best friend evaporate between the summer reruns and the fall premiere. You know, considering the show's premise, the headcanon here kind of writes itself. Jenny got too close to the truth, and the Spellman family's plausible deniability spell was a bit too effective. Number 1. Judy Winslow from Family Matters.
It's just you and me, Judy. But it's only 15 kids. We can handle it. Please, I'm out of here.
And now, my friends, we have the most infamous TGIF vanishing act of all, Judy Winslow. Family Matters spun out of Perfect Strangers thanks to a fan-favorite elevator operator named Harriet Winslow. Her family then got the spotlight. Harriet, her husband Carl, and their 3 kids, Eddie, Laura, and Judy, in a warm Chicago sitcom about love, work, and mild domestic chaos. For a while, that was the show. Then Steve Urkel knocked on the door in suspenders and history changed its mind. Urkel went from oddball neighbor to a ratings rocket. The voice, the snort, the "did I do that?" He took over the series like a one-man programming block. And in that shift, the math got ugly. Judy, who'd been a consistent presence for 4 seasons, even walking in with the wedding party in Mama's Wedding, quietly disappeared. No moving away, no exchange program, no heartfelt bedroom talk followed by a slow-motion hug. One season, she exists. The next season, she doesn't, and the Winslows act like they only ever had 2 kids. Producers would later chalk it up to budget considerations. Actress Jamie Foxworth has said that there were conflicts between production and her mother. And yeah, when a breakout character consumes the narrative, the satellite roles get crowded out. None of that changes how abrupt it felt on the screen, though. Judy didn't even get a resolution. She just got erased. Fans, being fans, invented better stories of their own. Some say Judy ran away because she never got attention. Others say Urkel's inventions backfired and rewrote the timeline. Honestly, the time machine theory makes more sense in the Family Matters universe than the budget one. Imagine the camera pushing in on Urkel, blinking through tears. Did I do that? Curtain call. Or not. And there you have it. 6 TGIF characters who pulled a disappearing act worthy of David Copperfield. Some exits were logical on paper. New jobs, new sets, a refresh of the format. Others were just studio choices with no on-screen courtesy call. Budget cuts, retools, family-friendly pivots, you name it, networks tried it. But within the universes of these shows themselves, these characters didn't get any closure. They were there, and then they weren't, and then the credits rolled like nothing happened. That's the strange magic of 90s television. In a pre-streaming world, episodes aired once, maybe twice, and continuity was flexible if not optional. You could just reinvent a show between seasons and trust that most viewers wouldn't write a whole think piece about it. However, decades later, nostalgia has a way of tightening those screws. We remember. We notice those gaps. We ask, hey, what happened to them? So now it's your turn. Which TGIF disappearance still haunts your memories? Do you remember Sabrina's best friend magically disappearing after season 1? Do you think we missed a side character that deserves a spot in TV's witness protection program? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and hit that like button if this trip down rerun lane made you smile. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. Because in the world of TGIF, nobody ever really dies. They just quietly vanish before the next commercial break. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, even when TV forgets, we don't forget.